Welcome to Damu Kiwe Conversation. It's Duke Sims the Don. I'm waiting on my bro Yael. We got the content. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got the content. Today, my boy, it looked like a person on the guest stream was deleted on YouTube. We informed so they could fix it. What? Like your guest stream was deleted on YouTube. Who is my guest? Let me see. Is that gonna let her go live? Damn, it was Henny runs down on. Damn, I don't know what that was. But in any event, welcome to Damu Kiwe Conversation. Young Thug release. Was I wrong about Gunna? You know what I'm saying? I wish the team was in here so that they could really, you know what I'm saying, let y'all pretty much know how I came to run this content. Everybody was running this Young Thug content, happy that he was home. I'm happy that he home also. I wouldn't wish jail on my worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, come in and share with your friends. But shit, I got a whole bunch of homies that came home, and I'm quite sure all of y'all do, family members and all of that. And I don't see y'all this excited about and running content about them real niggas that stood up, that made it back home without compromising their integrity. So I was like, man, I'm gonna have to run the content. You know what I'm saying? It's in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? It's a current event. But what happened was I get a call this morning from Pop LQ and Big U, right? So Big U on my helmet, right? Let me wait till Yael get up in here because he was around when it happened. Let me bring Blue up. Looney, what up? Joni, what up? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole family on Clubhouse right now. You know what I'm saying? Chris, what up? You know what I'm saying? My boy JG, Carter Fly, Gaga. We got Selena in here. Henny Gang is in the building. You know what I'm saying? So this is back-to-back, man. We working a double shift for 16 on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Grind, grind, grind. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope, don't you? You know what I'm saying? We love the money. But so Big U called, and he on my head about the Young Thug and Gunna situation. So we politicking because this is what we do. We don't do no harboring. We don't do no selective politicking, right? So when Gunna went up to Crenshaw High School for the kids, everybody was like, "Oh, Big U's protecting the rat and this and that." So I'm like, "Yeah, that shit look bad," because that nigga just admitted that they were that YSL, which is a record label, is a gang and all of this type of shit, bro. And that was one of the elements in the Rico. They had to prove that YSL was a gang and functioning as a gang and not just a record label. So whether he did it unconsciously, Big U was telling me then, he like, nah, bro, I talked to the lawyers and told him to take this deal. You know what I'm saying? And but the deal that he took had nothing to do with what the judge was asking. So once he got into plead out, the judge is asking him questions that he didn't plead out to, right? And he ended up firing his attorney because of that, right? That judge had it out for Thug and them anyway, and he was trying to line them up. So they filed motions to make those statements inadmissible because that's not what he pled to. All he knows is Thug told him to go ahead and take the deal and get out there. He signed the deal, and he was happy to go home because Thug told him to go get the bag, right? We got the Kiwe pop star late as usual, but better late than never. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Damu Kiwe Conversations. I thought I was on time.
Ah, man, hell no. We just getting started. So I was talking about earlier, Big U calling me him and Papa LQ getting on my helmet, right? Because
right.
really it was Yael that was pressing the line, and I'm just riding with Yael, you know, Mr. Checking Nigga Paperwork, the Kiwe pop star himself. When Gunner went up to Crenshaw, what you hanging out with Gunner at Crenshaw, Yael?
No, I wasn't, and I got some reserves on that, but we're gonna get into that because I'm gonna let you elaborate. I have a few questions and a few open opinions to this, bro, because it's a little to me it's still a little shaky.
Well, no, it's definitely a lot shaky. I don't know. I could tell you this much. When we first talked, the brims are in the UK. They call 6-0 brims. I never knew that, never heard that. But salute to them brothers. I don't know the laws out there. If it's a crime to be a member, I don't know what's going on. But salute to them brothers. But so somebody said,
Can you hear me, dude? Can you hear me, dude?
Said that yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, y'all?
Yeah, 100%. I thought I couldn't hear you at first. Yeah, I got you.
Oh yeah. So a dude named Train to Go on YouTube said that the brims are in the UK, in Britain, right? Called 6-0 brims, right? So I told him salute to them brothers, you know what I'm saying? But so back to the topic. So we don't do no selective politicking, and since we all at the table, we all conversate on this every morning. It's a crazy call, way better than the content that we give y'all. You know what I'm saying? way better than the content we give y'all. So every day it be different people on the phone. We might be on the phone with Freeway Ricky Ross. We might be on the phone with Ray from Pasadena. It was Ray before it was Freeway Ricky Ross in LA. Believe that. Nipsey lawyer, Suge, right? So different people call in and they learn how we had these Damu, Kiwe, and conversations every day. Tiny Draws, Diamond and Sniper, Smoked Out TV, Scandalous Los Angeles TV, and we really bond and enjoy ourselves. But when Gunner went to the thing, it went all on the internet. He went up to Crenshaw, so niggas like Big U harboring the rat. He protecting the rat and all of this shit, right? So Yael tell me, hey, my nigga, that shit don't look cool. You know what I'm saying? He got this nigga up at the motherfucking Crenshaw. You know what I'm saying? And they wanted me to go over there to meet the nigga Gunner, and I was cool. I'm like, I wouldn't want to go meet the nigga either. That nigga just basically told him that YSL was a gang, and that's one of the things. So Big U was Big U like, well, look, I just got off the phone with the lawyers. Thug and Gunner is working together. He told Gunner to take the deal. Ain't nothing in that deal say that he is snitch. I'm like, went through it. I'm like, okay, nothing in the deal. It ain't a snitch deal, right?
Right.
But when he went into the court to plead out and the judge was taking his plea, he specifically started asking Gunner all kind of questions. Is YSL a gang and all of these things? So that the questions that he asked him had nothing to do with what he pled out. The judge obviously later on got kicked off the case because he had it in for Thug, right? So he had it in for the whole YSL. So he was trying to get him to say these things so they could utilize that as evidence. And that's why we were saying that Thug was a snitch. So come to find out, Thug then gave orders to Gunner, go get this bag, take this deal, etc. So yesterday, when Thug pleads out in the open plea and gets sentenced, for those who've been sleeping under a rock, it's everywhere. Thug is home. He pled out in open, which means he didn't sign an agreement. He didn't sign a deal. He declared nolo contendere For those who never been in court, don't know what that means. That means no contest. Not that I'm guilty. He didn't plead he was guilty. He pled that with the allegations, I can't beat him. I don't believe in a court of law. I don't believe in the justice system. Whatever it is, I know I can't beat it. So I'm going to agree to this deal. The prosecution in Georgia still got a hard on for him, told the judge, recommended the judge didn't accept his plea.
Right.
The judge went against the prosecution's recommendation, and he was sentenced to 5 years in prison, time served, with 15 years of essentially what we call in California joint suspension. And then if he come back, 20 years, 15 years of parole. If he messed up in 15 years, he's going back to do 20 years, right?
Damn.
The 5 plus the dub. I'm talking about a violation, bro. Hit that like button on your way in. You know what I'm saying? So Big U tell me that. I'm like, nah, man, that nigga sour, bro. You don't, bro, I'm not finna give them any evidence or corroborate anything that involves anybody else except myself. You could go in there with 100 co-defendants if you say, look, I robbed the bank, I had the gun, you know what I'm saying? And I want to plead out right now. My lawyers ain't getting me a good deal. I'm ready to go to the pen. You all within your right. Some niggas might be mad because evidence might connect you to them or whatever, but you didn't implicate them in anything, right? That's not snitching, right? So, but when you get to talking about and providing information about other people, it's snitching. So in this case, the major issue, and we're going to get into it, was that he admitted when the judge asked him that YSL was functioning as a street gang and as a record label. And that's one of the elements in the conspiracy, right? In Rico. You know what I'm saying? So today, Big U, so we got on it. Big U rolled with us. You know what I'm saying? We outvoted Big U, right? He rolled. So yesterday, when this happened, bro, I swear to God, I'm up early in the morning doing the thing that I got going on, the seminar. It's a seminar and curriculum on the importance of registering your intellectual property. So everybody, if you're interested in learning how to protect yourself, especially creatives, you're a YouTuber, if you're a musician, if you do film, you want to tap in for this because I made a curriculum. It's the street version, but I definitely have enough. So I'm doing that. I'm on with Scanless, TD call, Booger call, my little brother. Then here come Pop LQ, Diamond, all of them. So these is how our phone calls be every day, right? And as soon as Quan tell me, Pop LQ tell me, he like, we got Big U on the phone. So I'm like, salam alaikum, brother. He said, wa alaikum assalam, brother. I said, I already know where you. Yeah, you already know. Y'all really was pressing the line. I told you, Young Thug asked the judge because he can't associate with no known gang members, right? That's one of the conditions of his parole or probation, whatever they put him on. So he requested that he be able to still associate and be with his brother and associate and be with Gunna. So I know everybody take things differently, right? You know, some people, somebody snitch on them, send them to the penitentiary away from their family. Some people get back out with vengeance, you know what I'm saying, and wanted to knock a nigga down. Some niggas ain't violent people anyway, so they might not want to knock them down. Or in some situations, they might not know how to hustle and the snitch. A lot of situations. And the snitch is working, so he's selling drugs knowing he getting out of jail anyway, and he's going to bird feed him knowing that, you know, he's dependent upon financial gain through the. So you get a lot of selective politicking and all kind of stuff. And But that statement just by Thug at court, it said a lot about what Thug thought. So on the face of things, I agree with everybody else. He wasn't supposed to do that, and that's snitching. But then when you take it to hindsight and you say, "Hey, Yael, they trying to get me on this, and I'm going to use you on this, right?
Right.
They trying to get us on this Rico, nigga. They ain't giving me no bail, but you got a chance to go home. They offered this deal. I need you to take that deal, my nigga. I'm facing the elbow. I might not never come home. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the boss, and you are artist signed to my label, and I need you out there making this money because nigga, these lawyers is costing this and that.
Right.
We make an agreement. You say, all right, I'm gonna get out here, I'm gonna get to the bag. I said, all right, that's what you do. Now add the alleged gang thing. So now we gang around this motherfucker. Fuck some music shit. Nigga, the G homie just made a call to dog. Nigga, take that deal, get out here, get to the bag. Right? So it's unique in that situation because if me and Yael are the only people on this case that's being mentioned or talked about or whatever, being targeted, and me and him agree that he's going to take this deal, which wasn't a snitch deal, and he said something in the court that was incriminating, you definitely got to consider that. It wasn't in the deal. It's no audio of him snitching on Young Thug, right? So you saying, well, if he really wanted, it's common sense on this point, right? When you look at it from that perspective, if he wanted to snitch, I'm quite sure he had enough information to put Thug under where he wouldn't have been in there that long. Just common sense shit. They want Thug real bad, spent millions of dollars prosecuting this man for 2 years plus. If Yael wanted,
Gunna got out over a year ago, right?
well, something like that. About
Right.
that.
So if he would have told anything, Thug wouldn't be getting out yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
No, not necessarily, because the nigga told on me before, and I got 10 years. He still ended up getting 17. So you motherfucker, people could tell, a lot of snitches tell and don't get rewarded because you know, the police can recommend something to the judge, but ultimately it's the judge's discretion on how they sentence you. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm gonna get into the video so y'all can hear and take y'all back in time.
But at the end of the day, Deuce, it only matters what Doug say as far as the snitching shit. If Doug say he ain't snitched, then no matter what nobody say, he didn't snitch.
Because he was the head of the conspiracy.
That's technically on the case wise, that's true. But when it comes to him being a grown man and a person telling him, hey, I'm the boss, go take a case and agree to what the lawyer is saying, as a grown man, you should have an understanding to want to go research what you're getting ready to take. You should have an understanding to say, hey, what am I getting ready to say yes to, or what am I getting ready to agree to within the confines of this paperwork? Can't no nigga just make you say, take a deal because we got to get to the bag, and whatever they say in this paperwork, you agree to it. You should be wanting to do your research. I was just on the phone with my boy from Denver, Mystic and Sizzle, and they asked me the same question, bro. So if just because Thug didn't just because he didn't get washed up, that doesn't mean Gunna didn't do foul. You still went in there, and as a man that having a mind of your own, you should have did your own research and said, hey, what am I getting ready to say? Even though they fired the lawyer, you was conscious enough to fire the lawyer, but not conscious enough to read that paperwork to ask, what are you getting ready to say yes to? You can't make no loophole for no nigga when he did foul, bro. And they don't give a fuck what no Thug say, my nigga. It's about nigga as you as an individual man. Niggas be trying to hide behind. That's a fucking loophole, bro. That's a loophole.
I don't think it's a loophole, y'all. See,
it is, bro. That's a loophole.
No, I'm gonna say what Gaga said. The point Gaga said, and I'm gonna ask D Slim too. And we definitely gonna get pushed back on both sides of the equation, right? When you under a structure and you haven't did time, right? When you under a structured situation and you're the one facing all of this time, right? You know what you signed up for, but you didn't debrief, right? You didn't give up. You didn't give up what you know they wanted, because that's the only thing that's going to get you out of jail, bro, is if you give up what they wanted. If he would have flipped on Thug, or what's the rat nigga that everybody love on the internet now? The one Woody, right? Or Woody would have continued to rat the way he was doing. Thug wouldn't have had action and wouldn't even got a mistrial. They would have been able to railroad him and connect him to hot ones and all kind of other shit, right? With what he said originally. The boy Gunner intent never was to turn against him. He was working with him. So it goes into the person's intent, right? You can have this.
He never went on stand either.
Right. Well, you don't got to get on the stand. You can make a statement at the police station, at the substation, and say it was Yael that robbed the bank and he had the gun, right? And that might be corroborated by some other evidence about Yael likes to play to something and enough to get him indicted. And then you don't come testify at trial. Does that mean you ain't a rat? No, you still ratted because your intent was to rat. In this situation, his intent is questionable. I definitely initially believe his intent was to do foul, but when it on them big indictments, bro, it comes down to the boss, right? So say the Blue Da Vinci and Big Meech situation, right? The main issue wasn't nothing in the paperwork. First, they brought up the limousine stuff, which turned out not to have been Blue. So I don't know, right? But then it was Blue debrief. Well, his issue when he talked to J Dig was the nigga Blue debrief, and nobody in my crew was supposed to take that deal, right? Nobody's supposed to take that deal to go sit down with the feds and do that. Why not? Because that shows that your intent was to provide evidence to the feds about our case, about our team. In this case, you don't have that intent, right? You got a nigga that might be Spooky Johnson, right? Everybody ain't tough just because a nigga, and this nigga be wearing dresses and shit too. But nigga, on a case where niggas got hot ones, right? Allegedly, right? They're being accused of hot ones. They're being accused of violence and all of that. It's a structure and it's a pecking order. And at the top of that, they had YSL Young Thug, bro. So when the boss says, look, I'm facing life. I need you out there. Ain't no need for both of us to go out there. Nigga, I need you to go do this. Nigga, that's what you gonna do. You not finna say, nigga, fuck that, I'm bucking that, and this and that. You're gonna go, okay, my intent is I'm gonna go ahead and sign the deal. Sign the deal, he went in court, and we finna play it. While he was in court, bro, the nigga, he got his head down. He wasn't even paying attention. Whatever they asked him, yeah. He wasn't even thinking, bro. He's doing what he have to do because he was given instructions, right? That's like right now, me and you get caught on a hot one, right? And they got me dead bang knocking the nigga down, and you was in the car. I run and jump in the car with you, right? Police catch us, and when they catch us, oh, Yael left. When they catch us, no, they catch me, right? They don't get Yael. They get Yael 2 years later. I done went to trial, got convicted, and got life, right? So Yael get caught up. I get word to Yael, look, bro, they ain't got nothing on you. You was driving. I already got life, nigga. I ain't got no action to getting back, nigga. I'ma call me to testify and say, look, I didn't have nothing to do with this. That's all you got to do is say that, and I'm going to do the rest. I go get on the stand when you go to trial and say Yael was just a civilian. I needed a ride because I just shot at some niggas. I was on foot, nigga, and I made that nigga take me at gunpoint. I got life already, right? But we came together and agreed that this is how we're going to do it for the best scenario out of fucked up situation. So
Somebody about this motherfucker. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Right. Let me ask D Slim. D Slim, what's up, G homie? Salute, hit them likes on the way in.
What's up, dog?
Did you hear the scenario?
I think I did. You was breaking it down like in the way like as if you were saying, correct me if I'm wrong. Young Thug kind of like maybe wanted him to do that so he can free himself. Because he knew he was already hit or something.
Well, he felt he knew he was up against it, but he planned for the worst case scenario. Well, worst case scenario, I had this nigga out here getting back to the bag, right? But let me play this. Maybe this will give a better what you call it. It's.
Yeah, because now I know where you're going with it. I asked somebody that question because I didn't follow like that. And my question was Gunna. Was he wasn't the blood, right? He wasn't from that gang, right?
No, Gunna from 6-0.
Okay. So it's safe to say
Allegedly.
Okay, so it's safe to say they business partners, right? As far as in the music game, right?
Right.
So all that stuff that was going on with Slim, with Young Thug was up against was all like gang related shit, right?
Right.
Okay.
So Rico was like they put everybody together, yeah.
Right. Okay. So my question was to somebody, how do you know Young Thug didn't tell Gunna to say that so he could get kicked loose? Because I've seen that happen in the feds. In my situation, my girl house got raided. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way we could get our peoples up from up under something when they didn't have nothing to do with the shit. Why should Gunna go down? And he didn't have nothing to do with it. If he was they just business partners, he wasn't playing the YSL, you know what I'm saying, the blood thing. So why should he have to go down? I'm not saying that you supposed to tell, but if your homie give you the leeway so you can free yourself, then it could have went like that. You know what I'm saying? My G homie, he you know what I'm saying, he had got an L in the feds. And a part of the case was money laundering. He did have his broad going in the B-Zank, you know what I'm saying, transferring that, you know what I'm saying, that cash from this way to that way. He told her to tell. You know what I'm saying? Same way my situation, my broad house got raided. She didn't have nothing to do with shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, baby, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping. She got out, I still broke her off some bread and got on, and bam, I'm on the run. We kept in touch and everything. You know what I'm saying? Still good. I mean, this is the sacrifices we got to make. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have no means of helping her. You know what I'm saying? Through that situation. You know what I'm saying? Financially. So, baby, you gotta do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? She got out. I gave her some bread. I'm on the run, and we still kept in touch. We still friends to this day. So, I mean, I've seen people do it.
Right. And that's the point where Yael and the other brother is saying, and I feel him because he's a hardline politicker on it and he feel like that's a loophole. But bro, when it comes to practical application of the politics, that's every day in the penitentiary. Them penitentiary niggas is gonna be like, damn, that nigga kept it gangster. That nigga D Slim let his girl go. When he could have been like, nah, fuck that. I ain't got no lawyer money for you. I ain't got nothing for you. You can't tell them nothing. He's saying, shit, ain't no use of both of us going down. I know what I'm finna do. I need to get you up out there. And because he agreed to that, that's what they did. This is the story we're gonna run with.
Wait,
You know
Deuce.
yeah.
I think you guys are taking what I'm saying out of context. I'm not talking about him because Young Thug told him to say something. This is what I said earlier, and I'm gonna say it again. The fact that Thug told him to take whatever deal is in the agreement with the lawyer, right?
Right.
He said yes, ma'am, to everything. Once he figured out that he wasn't supposed to say yes, ma'am, to that stuff, they fired the lawyer. I'm saying this as a grown man. You, the individual who said yes and who's following the boss's orders, you should have said, okay, look, I'm gonna do that, but let me make sure what I'm gonna get ready to do is conducive to the code that I'm still walking on, and it's not gonna fuck my name up in the midst of it. You get what I'm saying? You saying yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, and then, oh shit, I did some foul. Fired a lawyer. I didn't know what I was reading. Nigga, you have an obligation to
No, it
yourself.
wasn't what he read. It wasn't what he read. The deal in itself was no snitch deal.
Okay, so if it wasn't
hold
a snitch deal,
hold on 1 second, bro. Hold on 1 second, because we live on YouTube.
If it wasn't a snitch deal, then why did you say yes, ma'am, to all of the allegations?
Because he's not even listening to what the judge is asking him.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. You just agreeing to shit. You not doing your due diligence on what you saying yes to.
Well,
and you fired the lawyer because the lawyer told you to say yes to this.
No, a lawyer, whenever you get sentenced, your lawyer, or if you take a deal, the lawyer is going to say all you got to do is agree to everything the judge say. I done did it on 4 or 5 different cases.
So he didn't read no paperwork before the judge asked him that?
Bro, it's not in the paperwork. That what he agreed and what he said in court is not in the paperwork. So his lawyer is advising him, yeah, when you go into court, all you got to do is say yes, 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 agree to this, you're going home today. So when he get out there, the judge didn't ask him the stuff that was in the paperwork, that was in the deal. The judge had a hard on for Thug, a hard on for the YSL niggas, and try to utilize that, asking them questions that he didn't agree or plead guilty to, right? And that couldn't be used in court, bro. So that's why the judge was later removed, and that's why he fired his lawyer, because his lawyer fucked up, because as soon as his judge said, the judge said, is YSL a street gang and a record label? And as soon as he asked him, now he's supposed to be like, Your Honor, I object. That is
okay. Wait, right there. So if he was supposed to say, Honor, I object, the lawyer that was fired was supposed to say that?
Yeah, that's why he was fired.
And Thug and not Thug, but Gunna didn't know that?
Huh?
Gunna didn't know that?
He already got his lawyer already done told him, when you go out, you going home today, or when you go in here, all you got to do is agree to everything the judge say.
But dude, listening to the stuff that the judge is asking you, the judge said, is YSL no criminal work? And you saying you're not listening to what the stuff that's being delivered? You're not hearing the stuff that's being asked? Like you just you that eager to go home, you're not hearing it?
He definitely should have been listening.
Like, I'm just like, it's like, bro, it's like you that eager, you want to go home, you not hearing what this motherfucker is asking you? You still asking incriminating shit.
No, he definitely asked him incriminating shit, and he should have been sharper than that. But understand this: first of all, he been disarmed because his lawyer is supposed to handle this, and his lawyer advising him, all you got to do is say yes, yes, yes when you get in here. The judge comes with a curveball that deviates from what this was, right? And his lawyer didn't intervene. So that's where his lawyer fucked up. Ineffective assistance of counsel. He's supposed to protect him because he didn't agree to that stuff in there. Still, like you said, you got to be more responsible for yourself. Was it irresponsible? Yeah. But it goes back to one question. What was his intent by saying that? Because he wanted to give up the YSL niggas? Nah. His name wasn't on no witness list ever. Till today, bro. So it wasn't like he made a deal to snitch. It wasn't a deal to snitch, right? But the niggas still did bad. I think God got it close as him and for where I'm standing, because I done seen this case play out maybe 20, 30 times, bro.
A bunch of times.
You know what I'm saying? And if Big Meech tells Blue, hey, Blue, look, nigga, they already got me. I got 30 years. whatever you tell him, that shit can't hurt me. Tell him whatever you can to get out. That would have been cool for Blue. We still would have wanted to see the debriefing transcripts because Meech gave you a right to say whatever they wanted about him, but how we know you didn't say whatever because you don't write down the questions. Nigga, this ain't a interview. Nigga, this is finna be a grilling to gather information about a bunch of crime, about not just Meech, but others. So he would still have to bring his debriefing transcript. Well, he already bad once he signed the Queen for a day, right? But if he wanted to clear it and say, well, nah, me and Meech did that. But remember, Meech had already told J. Diggs, none of my crew supposed to take that deal, right? And that was the head of the indictment. So when the boss is saying nobody take that deal and you still took that deal, not only is you bad for taking a Queen for a day agreement, you already had made it clear that you was going outside the guidelines of what niggas was trying to do as far as strategy, legal strategy moving forward. Nigga, you be in them situations, bro, where it's y'all against the motherfucking government. How can we all get up out of here at the same time? How can we take the softest hit out of this situation? Me is a total different story. From the beginning, the homies like, oh, we gonna plead out and take the motherfuckers. Nigga ain't pleading out for me, nigga. I'm gonna plead out for myself. They offer me a deal. Exact similar shit to Thug, but his deal was good. My deal was bad. I had enough consciousness to read it. My lawyer, like, I wouldn't take the deal. It was 70 months, 5 years, 10 months, right? For the bank robbery. Once they found out the snitch wasn't going to come testify in trial, they offered me this deal. So my lawyer bring the deal. I'm at the legal visit. I'm just like, wait, it got Trayvon Adams' name in here. It got Dennis Banner name in here. It got Mario McDonald name. I'm like, I ain't tripping off the time. I'll take the 7 months, but they got to take these names out of there. Well, if I plead out, I'm only going to plead out to what I did, right? I ain't got nothing to do with y'all investigation with them people. So my lawyer was like, oh, that'll be no problem. I get at the U.S. Attorney General and we'll get those names taken out of that. I said, you can sign my name after they take them names out that motherfucker. He like, no, I can't do that. I'll come over there. I said, okay. Well, yeah, just bring that motherfucker as soon as you do it. Bro, once they gave the judge, the U.S. attorney that deal and told him take the names out, the U.S. attorney refused. You want to know why? Because they already knew I had orchestrated them licks. They wanted me off of that lick. Me and one of the other homies, Tiny Jimbo for 20s. Rest in peace. Because they knew we had did other credit union robberies. The 60-second bandits is what the newspaper said, right? So what they wanted to do, and they play these type of games, bro, what they wanted to do, a lot of niggas ain't hit, is get me to sign this so that they could take my deal in case Tiny Bo go to trial, Baby Bomb or Nino Brim, and they going to show it to the judge. Lamonte Sims pled out in 2002 and to conspiracy to armed bank robbery, and the armed bank robbery he pled to was this case. There were four other people with Lamonte Sims. We have fingerprints of Trayvon Adams in Lamonte Sims' truck. We have fingerprints on the gun of Dennis Banner. We have someone who identified Mario McDonald talking to Denavius Hobson, who was the snitch, unindicted co-conspirator, right? Bro, I'm just too hard of a politics and I'm strictly by the book, but I'm just talking about shit that I done seen and niggas be like, damn, that was gangster. That nigga D Slim let his girl go. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have took the hit. Nigga, fuck that. We gonna fight it out together. But niggas on the penitentiary yards would be like, what D Slim did was gangster. Oh, that nigga kept it gangster. You know what I'm saying? That nigga could have had her sitting up in there with him. So at that point, it comes down and boils down to what you and your co-defendants agree to, bro. You know what I'm saying? How is we gonna
Niggas will look at that as being fucked up too if D-Slam didn't let it go.
Yeah. And so D-Slim in the catch-22. Because if he don't let her go, niggas like, nigga, what kind of nigga is that, nigga? Nigga, you know she didn't have nothing to do with it. They got her up in here. Nigga, and you held her, that nigga fine. Right. So I see it both ways, and the way that I'm pushing it, listen, I don't even want to talk to my co-defendants about what our plan gonna be. When we get out in that motherfucker, whatever's best for me without implicating nobody else, I'm finna take mine and go, right? If you got an issue with that, then we'll deal with that then. You know what I'm saying? At that point, but in the situation, salute to everybody in the chat. But in that situation, bro, the nigga definitely supposed to be more conscious of what the judge was saying before he answered. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to this content, man, because this pretty much shows wrong one. Yeah, that shit went way over there.
Damu Kiwe conversation.
Yael, hey, this how Yael was politicking with Big U, nigga. This how Yael was politicking with Big U, and I ride with him, and now Big U get on my head as soon as this nigga, say that he want Thug. Thug say he want the nigga Gunner out there with him. Nasty work, man.
One at home. But did he snitch? Gunna was free today after pleading guilty in his YSL Rico case. And although he said he has not made any statements, not been interviewed, and not cooperated, he has also sworn that he has personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang. Gunna has also attested that he was in the car with Young Thug when they were pulled over and found with hydrocodone, methamphetamine, and a firearm inside the car. And
okay, now this dude, I don't know his background or whatever this was at the time. He said that, and this is some serious allegations. He said that Gunner said that he knows some YSL members that did some crimes, right?
Or still committing crimes, yeah.
Say that again?
Still committing crimes.
Oh, and that they're still committing crimes. Now, see, this is information I didn't consider when we was talking about the other shit, right? Hold on. Hey, Yael, what you got to say about that, bro?
I'm gonna say this again. It's not about not taking what the boss is saying and follow. I'm with y'all. I understand that. What I was saying was him doing his due diligence, and if that was the case with the lawyer, I get it. Now,
and I agree with you on that.
Now you look into this right here. I haven't came across this. This is giving me the vibes of when Gunna first surfaced on the YouTube, and somebody said he called the 1-800 tip line to get his boy out of jail, and he was describing the dude what he had on. Description: red shirt, red pants. He said him and the dude had on the same stuff. My cousin go to jail, and the dude got on the red shirt like my cousin. The dude got on like my, and it was like y'all making like basically dry snitching in the tip line commercial. So this right here is giving me vibes that he did some shit before and it's getting overlooked. Now I'm a nigga like this. If it was me, nigga gonna politic on me. I'm a politic on a nigga the same way a nigga politic on me.
Well, I think this is cause to politic, this statement right here, because this is where I was at before just catching that little part, right?
Right. That shit look crazy, bro. He talking about some Gunna said he knew of crimes still being committed. If, like I said, if he said that, or if that was mentioned anywhere in paperwork and his name is, his John Hancock is signed on that, then yeah, bro. Yeah.
He didn't say that. It was just one of those questions that
the judge asked, and he said yes.
Okay. Well, if that's not the case, then okay. But if that is the case, then okay. Let's bring up that tip line video with him surfacing too.
I'm gonna Google it while we finish play this one. This one kind of short. Let's finish this one because I'm quite sure there's more allegations in here, my nigga. So Let's finish this one. I'm finna pull that up. It was Gunner and Wheat Tip.
Wheat Tip.
All right, we finna look it up on YouTube.
He said they weren't his. So if it's just you and one other person in the car, then whose is it? This news is especially tough for who is on his defense is saying that there is no such thing as YSL. But what do you expect from someone you've seen on Crime Stoppers?
Oh, Crime Stoppers.
There is no such thing as YSL. But what do you expect from someone you've seen on Crime Stoppers?
Oh, Crime Stoppers. Hold on.
There is no such thing as YSL. But what do you expect from someone you've seen on Crime Stoppers?
What the hell happened?
Crime
Stop this
Stoppers.
shit.
It stopped your shit.
Yeah, my shit was tripping, bro.
Oh shit.
Damn.
These industry niggas, I don't give a fuck who they is. They need their ass DP too. Shit. Them niggas need DPs. Niggas out here. Yo ass.
Hold on. We getting double what you call it. Let me see.
Shit. This shit. That's what I'm like. I don't give a fuck what a nigga say. I'm standing on what I'm standing on, bro.
Hey, bro, that's all you can do.
That's all I'm
right?
gonna do.
All right, let me see what we talking about. So this nigga said, hold on, let me go to YouTube because Yael tripping right now.
It's a news clip, Deuce. It's like the reporter was walking with him and asking him questions about the shit that happened some years back with one of his family members.
Okay, hold on. Let me get this Crime Stoppers, see what pop up with that, because this is deep. Gunna snitching on CNN. Is that what they talking about? He was with CNN? I mean, it's a murder. Hold on. Tell me, is this Gunner, my nigga? A young Gunner. Oh man, this started off good for you, my nigga. But it don't. If this is you and they talking about you snitching on CNN, damn, my nigga, you got more priors than Richard.
November
You know
5th. Who you vote for is private, but if you vote is public and
I'm finna hit it right on the head. You just gave a description of saying mistaken identity on top of saying it's wrong that my cousin got to go to jail for something that he did. You already you pointed out that he did it. They were wearing similar colors, red sweater, red, and he had on a white shirt. You're giving a description. You're telling them basically like
red shirt. One had a red shirt on, one had a red hoodie.
So you basically saying it was a mistaken identity. My cousin got to go to jail for something he did. The streets know already. I'm just clarifying it. I'm just being the clarifier that the streets already know who did it. My cousin didn't do it, but this nigga did. But because they had on the same attire or same color, he get caught up for it, and this nigga didn't. And it's a coincidence that they had on the same color that night. Listen, bro. If you didn't, if you wasn't trying to snitch, you.
Hey, yeah. He said, Gaga said this was years after the crime.
And the other dude was already locked up. The actual dude that did the shit. His cousin.
How did you end up on CNN and doing the shit in the first place?
Yeah, that's another question.
Okay, that might be true.
Who asked that question? That nigga, that was a great question, bro. Thank you.
What was the question? Repeat that question again.
He said, what was he doing on CNN talking about it afterwards anyway?
So my thing was this: if Gaga said this has happened afterwards, right? This interview happened after old boy got caught and they caught him and then convicted the right person, or was this interview helping lead up to that?
Great question.
No, they already had the right person. This was like fucking years after, like 3-4 years after. When I first seen this shit years ago, I was on the same shit until I figured out how the shit really played out.
Okay.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna even lie. Christians say I don't know because of the main ways to get gang members to snitch is to put out rumors they already have. Yeah, the police are lied to them. That's what I was telling the Crip cop. I said I said, look, bro, the police can legally lie to you and tell you right now that the dudes you did the robbery with told them that you the one that had the gun and you the one that pistol whipped the teller and not be held against or responsible for lying to you. That's their job. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't believe what the police say that somebody said. You know what I'm saying? They can lie to you. But I guess he didn't understand that. But that was one video. I'm gonna let Yael break down his assessment of that whole video. That was it.
Well, Gaga said that it happened afterwards. I didn't know that. I still don't know that.
Yeah, but bro, I'm not finna be on here talking about because niggas still got appeals, bro. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
I'm gonna leave it where it's at. You know, if it didn't happen,
it definitely if it was after the fact, you know what I'm saying. Nigga can't put nothing on them. But I'm not finna be doing all that. You know what I'm saying?
That was too elaborate. That was too elaborative. That nigga was too elaborative for me. You know, it just seemed it seems very helpful. You know that he did all that. You know, it just seemed helpful to me. You know,
right.
But to each his own on that. At the end of the day, bro, I'm 39 now. All praises to the Creator.
Damn, this nigga old.
Shut up, nigga. Because you what you out 42 1.
Nah, nigga, I'm 46. I just look this good, my nigga.
Oh yeah, man, salute. But not like that, bro. Not even trying to be funny or throw no shade or nothing like that. I look at it like this: we all knew and we all know whatever you do in life, whether you gang banging or not, non-affiliate, you fucking with niggas, street niggas, hood niggas. You know what you doing. You don't have to be a gang member to commit crime. You can be a regular motherfucker and commit crime. If you out here committing crime and you have a principle and a moral to say, if I get caught for doing something that I've done, I'm gonna go to jail for it. No, I'm not gonna throw nobody under the bus. Salute to you. Once you start doing coward shit like that, I gotta look at you different. Once you start getting scared and start saying, I don't know, and I didn't know he had a gun. I didn't know he was committing. It's like a lot of these niggas have that shit in them already. They just looking for a reason to bring that shit out. They looking for a quick, fast reason to bring that shit out and make up these gray area loopholes to justify certain snitching. Like I understand what G-Mac was saying. If the girl, you know, she didn't have nothing to do with it. She said what she said and got up out of there. But if she out here knowingly committing crimes and doing shit, and she out here doing what the fuck she doing, and she with you, and y'all both go to jail, she better shut the fuck up. She better shut the fuck up. Because your ass, you know I'm out here getting this bag. You want your rent paid. You want to go out to eat. You want to buy new stuff. All this shit be making me like think. I look at people a certain way when they say certain things because it's like this. When you know you in the streets doing shit and you know you in the streets moving around like you moving, everybody associated with you know what the fuck you doing too. So you guilty by association. You already guilty by association. Because what you think? Why you think the feds use conspiracy? Look, my nigga, I ain't had to go to jail to understand that, bro. I ain't had to go to the feds to understand that. I ain't had to go to the pen to understand that, bro. I didn't have to do that, bro. So, like, nigga, you ain't got to, oh, man, you ain't been, I know I ain't been to the pen. I know I ain't been to jail. That's why I ain't never did the shit these niggas did.
You don't put them people in line to be.
I've never did that shit, bro. I ain't never made a statement on the nigga. I ain't never told on the nigga. Never told on nothing. So it's like, nigga, I live by that. So I can't understand when niggas, not saying nobody on the app, but just in a general sense, is when niggas try to implicate these loopholes. If you know a nigga is not getting the money legally and you know it's illegal, you need to shut the fuck up when them people come. Period, bro. It shouldn't be no conversation about nothing.
Oh, you out of here.
You should have them around you.
Well, you don't know, bro. I done seen niggas with tattoos on their face and all of that shit, nigga. And as soon as the nigga get them police get on them niggas, I'm talking about niggas that have knocked niggas top ramens on the concrete, nigga. And them niggas them police get behind them. You don't know what's within a person's heart until you conduct bypass surgery, right? I see the pretty boy nigga who I'm thinking gonna rat don't make a statement, period. You know what I'm saying? So you don't never know. Now, what y'all saying is that you see signs, right?
Hell yeah.
But you just ain't paying attention to them. And I think that's so motherfucking true. You know what I'm saying? But man, the nigga that told on my case, bro, the nigga that told on my case on the other one, well, first, let me talk about when I went to YA. I catch a nigga gangbanging, catch a nigga in the hood, hop out, do my stuff, try to knock him down, right? We get away at the elementary school in my neighborhood. We get away. 2 days later, the police hit me up about who I tried to kill by the elementary school. This nigga testified with a cast on his leg and all of that. About a year and a half later, while I'm in YA, one of the niggas I grew up with, Samoan homie from Rolling 20 Bloods, got shot in his chest with a MAC-10. Y'all wouldn't believe who was the nigga that shot the homie in the chest with a MAC-10, bro. You know what I'm saying? The fucking rat, homie. So you don't know. Niggas could be with the phase. Niggas could be with the fade. Niggas could be with the gunplay, and especially the gunplay, because they know as soon as they get caught, they gonna tell on some hot shit they did with somebody else who assumed that because they with that they wasn't gonna tell. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't trust no nigga when no nigga period. I don't give a damn how much a nigga say I ain't gonna tell. But once you get in that motherfucking seat and them people talking to you, I can't fuck with you. Them people almost made me tell on my goddamn self. So why would I fuck with any goddamn body else? No.
Yeah. Let's get to this video real quick.
Mr. Sledge, again, good afternoon, sir.
How you doing, y'all?
I'm fine. Is this your name, or is this your signature
Yes, y'all.
on the face of this indictment?
Yes, y'all.
Okay. Before you sign this indictment, did you have an opportunity to fully discuss the facts and circumstances of this case with your attorney, Mr. Wright, to your satisfaction?
Yes, y'all.
Mr. Sledge, based upon the responses that you've given during the court's inquiry, I find that your guilty plea is freely and voluntarily entered.
From serious accusations to surprising plea deals, the racketeering trial of rapper Young Thug has had a major impact on the music industry. Sirius XM's Mina Lona breaks it down for us. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. We've been getting into the major trial of Grammy Award-winning rapper Young Thug. The rapper, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, is facing 8 criminal counts, including conspiracy to violate the state's Rico or racketeering law down in Georgia. This is part of a wide sweeping criminal indictment against him and what was originally 28 other defendants, although a number of these defendants have taken plea deals like Gunna, Trontavia Stick Stevens, Antonio Sledge. But what prosecutors are claiming are that these defendants are all part of a criminal enterprise, that Williams is at the head of it, that he co-founded a street gang called YSL, or Young Slime Life, back in 2012. And this gang has just wreaked havoc across the city. We have people who've been charged with murder, aggravated assault, robbery, theft, illegal firearms possession. I can talk about the legal aspects of this case all day long, but that is not what we are going to do. We are going to do something a little bit different here, because what is the impact of this case on the music industry? Well, to help me talk a little bit more about that, I have a very special guest with me. I am joined right now by award-winning radio host and multimedia personality, Mina Lona, also known as Mina Say What. She is with us. Mina is currently on air nationwide on Sirius XM.
We got Diamond in the building.
When it comes to winning internet, TDS delivers the green and gold standard. 100% fiber internet that's as fast, powerful, and reliable as your other hometown favorite, the
She's also heard on WRNB FM 100.3 Philly weekdays, and her weekly podcast, Mina's House Podcast, can be found on minasaywhat.com on all podcast platforms. And she's also a feature writer for the Philadelphia Tribune. And Mina joins us now. Mina, did I get everything right? I hope I did.
You got it all right. And I'm a new mom, so throw that title in there.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
And you took the time out of a busy new mom schedule to come on Sidebar. I really appreciate it. So I'm glad to have you on, because we usually have lawyers on. We usually have, law enforcement. I was very curious. what this case, and it hasn't really even started yet. We think it's going to last about a year. What is the impact of this case have been? What has it been on the music industry?
It's been very divisive, just because of the nuances going on with the people taking plea deals. Gunna taking a plea deal, he comes across as very, very unloyal, a bad friend. It's definitely has a lot of people debating about if that was the correct thing to do or not. But I think the bigger picture is the fact that they are using lyrics, song lyrics, Instagram posts as part of the discovery and the evidence used in this trial to corroborate real serious crimes like murder, attempted murder, some of the high level things that not all of the 28 people that were indicted were charged with, but only a select few. So Young Thug's campaign and his whole defense is, look, I'm an entertainer. I say things for entertainment value. I post things for entertainment. That shouldn't be used against me in a legitimate crime investigation. So there is this campaign, and Jay-Z has gotten involved, Meek Mill has gotten involved, where it's protect Black art. Young Thug's position is, I'm an artist. These things are part of my art. They don't necessarily mean that if I say something, I'm admitting to a crime, but they absolutely shouldn't be used against me in the court of law because it violates my freedom of speech. So there's that conversation about it being so much as an attack on music, an attack on hip hop, but then also it's a very layered case where people are also like, well, Young Thug and Gunna were friends, and he's not a good friend. He's disloyal. He's a snitch. Not even just Gunna, but also Young Thug's brother, who also copped the plea deal. Also, the co-founder of YSL, who also copped the plea deal. 8 people took plea deals in which they were saying.
But a plea deal doesn't mean you a snitch. But I'm gonna take the conversation somewhere else. But let's hear her out.
Saying, hey, YSL is a gang, not just a label. And it has a lot of serious implications about loyalty, about friendship, about business, about the music business, and about art and music as art.
So a lot of things to get into there. I'm going to talk about Gunna first. I want to get into the rap lyrics second, but let's talk about Gunna for a second. So everybody who's joining us, if you don't know, Gunna, rapper, his real name is Sergio Kitchens. He was facing a Rico charge. He took an Alford plea. It's basically he pleads guilty, but he maintains his innocence. He's like, I didn't do it, but if this went to trial, prosecutors are going to be able to convict me. So he had 1 year of his 5-year sentence commuted, the 4 remaining years suspended. He's released. He has to do, I think, 500 hours of community service. Yeah, he can be called to testify, but he said he's just going to plead the 5th. He said, while I have agreed, he issued a statement, while I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I've not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify. And he goes on to say that. Now, in court, we actually have video of this. He acknowledged, like you said, that YSL is a gang and it's dangerous.
You acknowledge the following statement. I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes.
The question I have to you now is, what has been the response in the community against them? Because from what I'm reading, not only is he being shunned, but aren't high-profile people like unfollowing him on Instagram now?
So that was them asking him, did he say that? That's what we was talking about. Let's go.
Little Baby has unfollowed him. Meek Mill has unfollowed him. He absolutely has been shunned. We're literally seeing the play out of what people think is disloyalty on his part. He was part of not only this.
Key word is think, because that's exactly how I thought.
This label, but also this collective. YSL is a group of people, right? He says it in his lyrics, he was very he represented the label. And now all of a sudden, all these really serious things are happening. And he's like, wait. It's also a gang and it's also a label. And I'm going to say that in court. But when I come outside of the court, now I'm going to say, well, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't say anything. I didn't release any statements. But the reality is you might not have been very specific about the things that were allegedly done. However, by him just admitting that YSL is a gang, in addition to these other 7 people that copped the plea deal, you essentially are putting a nail in Young Thug's coffin.
And that was an assumption by her, but it definitely is one element of the crime, right? Of Rico. So when you got a Rico case, right, and they're trying to say, well, in this case, it was a CCE, right, continual criminal enterprise, right? So within a continual criminal enterprise, they want to show that you were doing business illegally, and this was your modus operandi. Y'all function as an illegal organization, right? And a regular company that's doing business, one person goes and sells dope doesn't mean everybody there is doing business like that and selling dope. But when you can, when the prosecution can prove that this organization's intent was gang members, was function as a gang, that's one of the elements of the crime. So that definitely is is incriminating, man. Let's get back to it.
Because the whole premise of this is it's a RICO charge, right? So we know why RICO was started. It was started for the mob. And it's so, the low-level mobsters were creating, were murdering people and robbing, and they could not prosecute the high-level mobsters because they weren't the ones actually doing the crime. So that's what's happening here. They've essentially cooperated that this is a gang, and because now there's footage and there's evidence that this is a gang, now they can say, well, this is a gang. Young Thug could be prosecuted for these other things that these other members in the alleged gang did. He hasn't been charged with murder, aggravated assault, any of the more serious crimes. But now because because Gunna.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $197 for car insurance. No, thank you. I got a friend who told me about this website.
I get what she's saying.
And Thug's older brother said that this is a gang. Now Young Thug could essentially go to jail if they manage to convict the lower level, quote unquote, gang members for murder, attempted murder. I mean, it's everything. Racketeering, money laundering. It's a slew of 56 charges.
And I read, Funk Flex, he said he salutes, Bobby Shmurda, Young Thug, Fetty Wap, people who didn't cooperate with police. Have you seen anything that Gunna's, I hate to say it, but is there a target on his back? I mean, have people made threats against him? How, because being a snitch is not the best look. Have you seen anything like that?
I have not seen it on social media, but I would imagine it wouldn't happen on social media. It would be something that happens in private. I think that Gunna created a serious misstep and put more of a target on his back when he came out of jail and posted on Instagram. He put up a picture of him at home, and the hashtag was YSL, the label, free, Thug, free Yak. I think that further in kind of added like fuel to the fire that people are upset. Not only did you say that, YSL is a gang, but now you are on the outside, kind of flaunting that you're free and saying free Young Thug and free Yak when you're the reason why Young Thug and Yak might go to jail because of the things that you said. So I would imagine that in itself would create a lot of it created a target on his back, and it would create a lot of issues. And because of the magnitude of this case, I don't see anyone publicly making a threat. But if I were Gunna, I would not be outside right now. I would not try to further.
And I think she definitely overrepresented the threat towards Gunna. Obviously, you're going to get ridiculed and all of that type of shit. But ultimately, the niggas that's going to feel a certain kind of way will be the ones that feel like you told on them. And obviously, Thug didn't feel like he told on them. That's why he asked him that. Real quick, let me ask y'all this, right? Do y'all see a double standard the way that the justice system criminalizes the art forms of our culture, specifically hip hop and black people. They criminalize us for our art form. Oh, he writes raps and he says something about killing in the raps, or he talks about violence in the raps, right? But I never seen them go say anything like that about Tarantino or these people that make movies. Like, what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? They could make Tarantino made Heat, one of my favorite movies, and one of the reasons I started hopping over them counters, right, in them banks, right. He had more influence on that crime than any rap I ever heard in my life, right? But I never hear nobody arguing about the art form of people who aren't melanated or aren't from the hip hop generation or aren't from our culture, bro. But as soon as a rapper gets out there, now mind you, if you out there and you talking about some real life shit that happened, nigga, you deserve what the fuck you got. You self-snitching on yourself, right? I'm talking about, I could talk about a homicide that I imagine somebody killed me. And because of the art form, I could tell the story and I'm killing that person, right? And they could talk about, they'll utilize that in court. I think that's something in some kind of legislation we need to get some kind of protections, bro, because they only doing it to our community, blacks and Latinos, our art form.
That's why I think the Rico wasn't for the mob. That was just a play to go after them first to use the shit against us, because they only using it against us now.
Well, no, it was, you right, they only use it against us now, but the reason that they use it on the mob was smart, and it's something that we should have been on. Our people is lost and don't function together. The mob, most lawyers, they take that state bar and once they pass the bar, they take a pledge as officers of the court. Once they take that pledge, despite what you believe, if there's ever a conflict in the interest of justice, with you being found guilty or looking guilty and the court knowing it, what's the interest of justice? Just us, what they believe, right? So they prejudge you on what they believe is facts. If they know that you're guilty, 99% of these lawyers is not going to represent you like with the fight as if you were factually innocent. You know what I'm saying? They essentially gonna sell you down to what you call it. What the mob did, bro, they started raising their own lawyers, bro, that not only could compete with the prosecution and the lawyers in their academics and in their field, but they have what you got a best lawyer, highest scores and everything. If he's not gonna fully advocate for you, what good does it do? You know what I'm saying? You can't win their loyalty. So once they started raising their own, they knew they had to destroy that. You know what I'm saying? So they came up with the Rico. But conspiracy been going on for years. It's a law called a theory, the Pinkerton theory of liability, that started in Prohibition. It was two brothers who were running liquor, right? The police could never stick them or whatever. They getting big money and all of that shit, and they wanted to. And one of the brothers never went to the stuff. They couldn't connect them, but they created they used the conspiracy and the Pinkerton theory of liability, which means if I know about a crime, a conspiracy, a plan to commit a crime, and I do at least one foreseeable act or a reasonably foreseeable act. Well, he's making wine. It was foreseeable that somebody was gonna get drunk eventually, buying this off of the black market and crash and cause some hurt. So in an event that happened, even though I never went to where they was making the wine at, the hooch, right? I never been there a day in my life. Yael, my brother, he runs the business for me, right? and somebody gets drunk buying liquor from Yael and them and crashes, they're going to argue before the jurors that that was a reasonably foreseeable act. And I could be held liable if... I couldn't hear you.
I say extremely hard to beat.
Unless it's a burden of proof for a person in my situation for the reasonably foreseeable act of Yael, you know what I'm saying? Or any other co-conspirator. And that's what they was trying to say with that. Diamond in the building. What up, Diamond? Anything you want to say? First, I want
what up, man?
Pressed today. First, I want you to talk about how I got pressed today.
Huh?
First, I want you to tell everybody how I got pressed this morning.
Hey, man, look. The greatest vindication for the boy Gunna was when Thug himself told that judge, out of everybody in that y'all prohibited me from being around, I can't stay away from my partner. I can't stay away from my artist, and we signed together and all of this. You know what I'm saying? Him and my brother, them the two that I got to be in touch with. Them the two I got to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Everybody passed judgment on that man. Nobody, we don't know what them lawyers had going with them. We don't know what Thug, what they strategy was. Nobody knows none of that but them. You see what I'm saying? They knew what we didn't. You know what I'm saying? In regards to what the evidence looked like and all the bullshit looked like. And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It comes out. He ain't got no problem with Gunna, and Gunna must not have done nothing wrong, you know what I'm saying, but followed the blueprint that he put down and the lawyers put down, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, all of them walk free. You know, everybody quick to call people rats and snitches and all this shit, and really don't understand, you know what I'm saying, the magnitude of what they saying, the power of their words. You know what I'm saying? Words have power. You know, words have life. You know, you could go all the way to your Bible. You know what I'm saying? God spoke the world in existence. You feel me? So words have life, you know. So when you get to speaking things, you need to realize what's coming out of your mouth and what you're saying. You know, that's why I find it so appalling to listen to these weirdos and these dudes that don't even understand, you know, half of the shit that they talk about. You know, primary example, the other night, them dudes sitting up talking about Freeway Rick.
Freeway Rick.
They had not an inkling of knowledge. They didn't know what the fuck they was talking about, what they was saying, you know what I'm saying, who all the players were, you know what I'm saying. And this was one of the biggest things that happened in the 80s.
Not
you know what I'm
one,
saying?
The biggest.
Yeah, and you got to understand at the same time, the reason that they don't understand is because they didn't live it. They didn't live it. You know what I'm saying? Either they was too small as children, you know what I'm saying, or either they wasn't even around, you know. They didn't even understand it. And then you got this dude sitting here, he blind as a bat, trying to read off a phone, trying to read the information off a phone. But this is the idiocracy of society today, that sits up and allows somebody this stupid, you know what I'm saying, to have a voice. It's crazy, man.
Super crazy. But they dumber than them because they don't even realize that the nigga didn't even know what the hell he was talking about. He like, yeah, Danilo Blandone was the connect. So this was Loose Coochie telling him, well, he's a snitch then. He snitched on the connect. Like, nigga, Danilo Blandone and Norwin Meneses were CIA operatives who were from Nicaragua. They were Nicaraguans, right? The U.S. wanted to overthrow the Sandinista government. These niggas is working with Oliver North, George H.W. Bush, and the Reagan administration. They are directly connected to Oliver North, right? The whole Iran-Contra scandal. And you're talking
and don't forget, do not forget William Bill Casey, who was one of the most instrumental parts of that, which was the CIA director. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. He was the one that was actually responsible for getting the dope from Colombia to the United States. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the ones that got captured on film. You know what I'm saying? They unloading one plane and reloading another one. You know what I'm saying? Bringing dope to the United States. You know.
You want to show that picture now, or you want to wait till, because we gonna do the content. I hope y'all tap in. We gonna do a whole series of content breaking down and analyzing that whole Iran-Contra scandal and really get intricate details of it like only we can. You know what I'm saying? You know, Gary Webb is dead. You know what I'm saying? Who wrote the Dark Alliance book and the documentary. You know what I'm saying? They said he killed himself. You know, but yeah, congressional documents, the books, these dudes didn't have a clue, and they over there talking about it. They looking dumb, but I'm looking at the people that's listening to them and not understanding that these dudes is lost in the sauce and don't know what they talking about, and saying, damn, bro, we in a fucked up world, huh? For real. You know what I'm saying? If you looking up to him to teach you anything other than how to take 3 fingers up your ass, I think you in the wrong section, my nigga. Damu Kiwe conversation. What to do, General Trav? Yeah.
Damu Kiwe conversations.
You got? I got a question, dude. All right, you go ahead, brother.
And just to go back on something we were talking about a little earlier, do you respect the female? Do you respect the female the same way to not to tell a female gangbanger as you would as a male gangbanger?
Hell no.
I expect every female, especially if they got kids.
Yeah, but hell no, bro. Hey, I'm with you on that one, bro. In my hood, I ain't gonna even lie. Growing up, if you wasn't doing what I was doing, then you wasn't from the hood, especially a female. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, them niggas like hood ornaments. You know what I'm saying? They hang around, but them niggas ain't doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? And females, for the right swipe, they'll be over there across the tracks fucking your ops. You know what I'm saying? And my homegirls had that bad. We didn't have that many homegirls, but my homegirls had that bad, and the 20 homegirls. And then they homegirls had that bad because the homies was knocking down. So it's a deadly game, bro. And they always tell you, nah, don't trust them. But I done seen some stand-up sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? Some real soldiers. But that be like the exception. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to what I expect. Whenever it's time to talk that type of talk, I'm not even a female can't even be around me. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got kids. Because your natural instinct, the first thing they're gonna do is say, well, we're calling CPS to get your kids, and your kids, you want your kids to grow up in the system. Her natural instinct is to protect her babies first. You know what I'm saying? You the sacrificial lamb, my guy. You on the roast. But go ahead, y'all take us out, bro.
Man, at the end of the day, I encourage anybody and everybody, anytime somebody asks you to do something when it comes to legalities and paperwork, or you doing crime and you're not sure, ask questions before you agree to anything. If you're not sure, ask questions. That's the best thing that you can do. And then get that understanding that whatever you signed up for, this is what you signing up for. This is exactly what you signed up for is what you signed up for. So if you know you walk out that door and you commit a crime today, you could be taking your time away. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got to start taking responsibility for all of our actions and our understanding. You get what I'm saying?
Crazy, yeah. They going crazy in here. So tell me this. So on the responsibility, if Gunna grew up with you and hung with you,
right,
and he got out today, how would you address Gunna and how would you deal with that situation?
Well, again, there are parts missing. Like you guys
you don't
said
got
earlier.
All of the
I don't have all the key
but
components.
Just based on what we do got. Do he need a DP? Do he need a put off?
I mean, his hood politics is his hood politics, but him representing Kiwe, and then again, he was very so he was very elaborative in that Crime Stoppers video. He was very elaborative, and this was years ago. My thing is that same mindset he had then, putting things together and giving his synopsis on things. When somebody asks you to take a deal, right, and your lawyer's not in the best interest, just like certain people that we know, you fire them and you say, well, you're not in my best interest. I'm gonna fire you. I'm gonna get somebody else before I say yes to anything, not after. And then when people started saying that he was a snitch, he said, well, I messed up one time, I'll do better again. You don't get a second time, if that's the case. So if it was me, I'd have been like, bro, that was, to me, from the outside looking in, and the way he agreed to the yes ma'am things, it looks bad. It looks very bad.
Answer my question. I totally agree with you on all of that.
Your question was what?
What you said, accountability. So accountability looks like what in this situation? If you grew up with him, he fresh out. All of this happened. Everything that we done heard. You know what I'm saying? The wishy-washy. What niggas is saying, hey, what's up with this shit? Y'all, and they run the story to you, and the nigga just walk up in the yacht jet. What?
I'm gonna ask him like, look, so what was said like with the lawyers and everything, because that's what we're missing. We don't know what the lawyers and things were said behind closed doors. Because that, to me, I can't really make a concrete and conclusion to that, not knowing very key components to it. Because I think I'll be out of work. I think I'll be out of line to do that.
Okay, now I'm glad you said that. Gaga. The other day, Gaga, you told me to say that the man is a snitch, you got to reach the point to where he deserved to die, before you ever put that label on the man, right? So Yael, right now, you just said essentially that it wasn't enough there for you to jump off.
Correct. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't say like, oh, nigga, I said I can't make that decision. I can't do that to him. Me, and I'm being honest with you, like, because it is certain cases where people, they get misinformed with lawyers and they think they do it, like you said earlier. If they didn't take those names out of that case and you agreed to that, and then they use that to counter and convict those individuals of what you agreed to, them niggas will get washed up. But you were thinking. You were a thinker. You get what I'm saying? So that's the difference between people like yourself and myself. Like I told niggas before, I ain't have to go to jail, bro, to understand this, bro. I did not have to go to jail to understand this, bro. Did not have to.
Yeah, I beg to differ with that, because it's a difference than somebody.
Bro, you don't gotta beg to differ with me, because if I did something and I'm facing 100 years, nigga, I'm not saying nothing, bro. It's you don't gotta beg to differ with me, bro. It's you don't gotta beg to differ with me, because guess what, bro? I didn't listen, bro. I didn't been in situations to where it could have been worse than me. So I can't sit here and be like, oh, you can't sit here and say, you don't know what nigga, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do, because I've been there before, bro. You can't tell me that, bro. You can't sit here and tell me, oh, you ain't been, nigga, I've been there, bro. I ain't did no time. It's a difference, bro. It's a difference.
Across the board. I'm not just saying you. Totally
no, because I'm speaking on it and you saying like, oh, I beg to differ. I'm saying myself. I'm saying me. I'm not speaking for the congregation. I can't speak for every man, but I'm saying for me, myself, my nigga, like, bro, I know what I would do.
Hey, Miss Tammy said Fannie Willis disrupted these young men's lives for our own political gain. Shaking my head. Yeah,
Very
man.
true. But tell Gaga is 100% right, because I'm never like not arguing with it. I'm just telling them as far as myself. I'm very passionate about it because I know what I've been through. So it's like I understand what Gaga is saying, like 100%.
What I'm saying though, y'all, let's say a motherfucker ain't never been got no pressure put on them by them goddamn people. Them people know what they doing. They've been doing this.
Oh no, you 100% right, because I've seen that happen.
First 48, nigga.
Some people ain't never snitched because they ain't never had the opportunity to snitch.
Yeah,
correct, and I agree with that 100%.
Hey, Righteous One said Gary Webb had 2 bullets in his head when they found his body. Oh, I thought they said that he was found hung. I know they said it was
they say he committed suicide with 2 bullets.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, he shot himself in the head 2 times.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. I remember reading the book and they claiming it was suicide. I'm like, man, I don't believe it was no damn suicide. He was already saying that he feared for his life for exposing the whole Iran-Contra scandal. Go ahead.
At the end of the day, it don't matter what I say, what you say, what y'all say, or nobody else say. The whole thing sits in the hands of Thug and those individuals that sat on that case with that man, because we don't know what their strategy was behind the scenes. We don't know what his instructions were behind the scenes. We don't know what he was told to do behind the scenes. You see what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it damn sure looked like he vindicated all the way when the man, you know what I'm saying, put a plea into the judge that out of all these defendants, out of all of these homies, out of all of these individuals that's on this case with him, this dude is in his top 2. That ain't the signs of a snitch right there, man. That's not the signs of a nigga feel like a nigga snitched on him. That's not the signs of a man that feel like a man told anything or did anything to violate him in any kind of way. You see what I'm saying? And I mean, for a little bit of behind the scenes shit, you know what I'm saying? We know for a fact certain people behind the scenes were saying that he was good all along. You know what I'm saying? Said, hey, you know what I'm saying? The ones that count say, man, the boy is good. He ain't did nothing wrong.
Yeah, why you got two things on the stage, brother?
He trying to double team niggas, man.
I'm the Kiwe pop star. Y'all gotta hear me twice. I didn't know that happened, brother.
Hey, man. Hey, you know, the cold thing about it, man, is society then turned. It's so weird now that we got dudes. You know what I'm saying? I jumped on YouTube earlier and just see what was out there, and I saw these dudes. They had the weirdest panel. They had like 9-10 dudes on this panel, and they all were weirdos. A whole panel of weirdos. And they was just such a jolly group. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you just sit back and you listen to the idiocracy of the conversation, you be like, man, if this is what society done turned to, this dude, poetic Flacco, man, this dude is sitting up here. Hey, this dude sitting up here talking about how much of a trick he is, how a broad worked him for $98,000, told him we not gonna have sex until we married.
Yeah, and he was cool with it.
And he was cool with it. He was like, hey, she worked him like a real boy. Hey, boy, and then he said, moving to California showed me what the real value of $400. I said, God damn, this nigga here getting worked like a rib.
Yeah, nah, he told me that story when did he first get on? That was Yael
Hey,
boy.
bro.
Yeah, that was
Taco first get on there.
I met him around the time I did the whole situation with the Roddy shit. I met him through that situation, and he brought me on No Jumper. But even then, like, he didn't showcase those signs until he just started getting more and more and more involved with the academics, and he started partnering up with Waukesha, CS2 back, and then from there, that's when I just backed away from him. I was like, nah, I can't do this.
Hey, I had to turn it off. I had to turn it off when somebody said, yeah, I was 16, 17, and Waukesha, you know what I'm saying, jumped in and said, oh yeah, I was in the penitentiary then.
Oh yeah, you get the line.
Yeah,
he's sticking to that 16 in the pen. He's sticking to that 16 in the pen. Hey man, whack. You was not 16 in prison, man. Stop lying to the people, man. It's okay to be who you are, man.
Hey, it's a fantasy to me. It's a fantasy, and I want to be in jail, in a cell, with midget porn and big booty midget man.
hey, Gaga said what killed him is that all these niggas look up to and ask this nigga about jail and politics when this nigga was on a level 2 yard and ain't been in jail since he was a juvenile. What that say about them though?
Goofies.
Hey, but Lionel Osazy, right? Let me respond to this. He say people talking all that stuff. Yeah, when they facing that time are gonna tell, period. Stop projecting, Lionel.
Yeah, bro. You might be the one who did it.
No, or
well, let me address this one.
Yeah, I know that's why I read it. Go ahead, Diamond.
Hey, Lionel, just for your 2 cents. There are some of us that have morals and values that still stand on principles. I'm sitting for a situation that is not my situation. However, they wanted me to get them some information on my crew, on my niggas. And before I do that, I'd rather sit here, regardless of how long it takes, you know what I'm saying, or what I have to do. I ain't about to do no telling.
And that's
it's some people. It's some people that stand so hard on principles that they will take it to the grave with them, and I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying?
That's what separates you from the rest.
I ain't gonna tell on a nigga for nothing. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't have that type of fiber in my body. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of new material they making you niggas out of nowadays. But homie, y'all cut from a whole different cloth than me. You know
new
what I'm saying?
Material is crazy.
Man, on the real. Hey, God ran out of this real fabric right here, man. He come with some synthetic shit and start reproducing these new weirdos, man. I can't get into it. I can't do it.
I'm gonna tell you this though, Diamond. Well, first, that's why I read the what you call it, because I wanted to build on this whole point, right? So Diamond ain't telling you what he's gonna do before he's been through that. He walked through that fire, right? On this case, I just got out on, I faced 23. On the case before that, I was facing 47, sitting in the county, right? Nobody's been to jail. My name's in nobody's paperwork. So now you're talking about what other people gonna do. Bro, I don't even know what other people gonna do until they put through that fire, right? Till they're tested. And just because they tested and don't snitch on one situation, don't mean they could be tested by another situation and still feel the same way, still have that same fervor. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they get broke. They get broke. What they used to buck break the slaves. They get whipped so bad and the shit so, they too sensitive and they break. So you don't never know. So for you to talk about what other people gonna do, that's real ignorant statement, brother. You don't know.
I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what you ain't gonna do.
What you gonna do
hey,
too.
Diamond, I know what cell you at. I'm sending the people. Hey, dudes.
My name is Lamonte.
Hey, your name is Deuce M.
Hey, they say, hey, pressure do one or two things. Pressure either bust the pipe or make a diamond.
Hey,
Kiwe conversation.
Hey man, we out of here. Salute to y'all. Hey, stay tuned. I put in the link for those who's just catching up. I put the link for Tiny Draws TD and Criticality.
Man, forget them niggas, man.
Go subscribe and pre-order it. It's supposed to be in drop. I don't know what's holding DistroKid up. So hit that link, pre-order it. Great music. Hey, we up out of here. Damu Kiwe conversation.